Good midnight, everyone. Welcome to another chilling tale here on Encounters with Mamma Mia. Tonight, I'll take you deep into a story of shadows, secrets, and whispers that refuse to be silenced. They say some houses are alive, not because of the people who once lived there, but because of the things that refuse to leave. So sit back, dim the lights, and listen carefully. Because once you step inside, the house that whispers, it never lets you go. I was 23 years old when my best friend Lisa convinced me to join her on a weekend road trip. We were both fresh graduates then, tired of the city, craving for a little adventure. Lisa's family owned a small ancestral house in a remote town in Quezon, an old Spanish era house left abandoned for decades. She said it would be fun, just the two of us, catching up, making memories, far from the chaos of Manila. But what she didn't tell me was that the house had a story buried in whispers and silence. The rain poured harder as we entered the province. The roads were empty, the trees looming over us like watchful sentinels. By the time we reached the old house, it was already nightfall, and that's when I first saw it. A towering wooden structure, dark, looming, its windows like empty eyes staring right back at us. Lisa laughed it off, calling me silly for shivering. But deep inside, my gut already knew something in that house was waiting. The house smelled of dust and forgotten time. Our footsteps echoed against the wooden floorboards. And as we explored, I swear I heard it. A whisper, so soft, so faint. It felt like it came from the inside of the walls. But Lisa, she didn't hear anything. We lit candles, set down our bags, and tried to laugh away the tension. But every time the candle flickered, I felt it. Eyes watching us. from the darkened corners of the house. Later that night, we lay on the dusty floor with our sleeping bags. The rain had stopped, but the silence was louder than the storm. And then, a sound, a gentle tap, tap, tap from upstairs. Maybe it's just water dripping, Lisa said. But no, I know. It was footsteps. Soft, dragging footsteps pacing above us. We froze. No one else was supposed to be there, and yet there was someone upstairs. That night was only the beginning. We didn't sleep that night. Every time silence settled, the house would speak, whispers crawling between the walls, like secrets so desperate to be heard. I pressed my ear to the wall and froze. The whispers weren't random. They were words, low, pained, begging. Lisa, I whispered, there's someone inside these walls. She shook her head, laughing nervously, but her eyes betrayed her. I knew she was afraid too. That's when the knock came. 3 sharp knocks from inside the wall behind her. Lisa screamed. I pulled her back, and for the first time, we realized we were not alone in that house. By morning, we searched the house for answers. In one of the cabinets, tucked beneath old clothes, we found it. A leather-bound diary, its pages yellowed with age. The entries were written by Lisa's great-grandmother. She wrote of voices in the night, of children laughing where no children lived in that house, of shadows that lingered in the hallways. And one entry chilled me to the core. The house is alive. It feeds on us. It whispers because it remembers. It wants us to stay there forever. Lisa's face went pale. This was her family's legacy. And now? And now we were trapped inside it. That evening, as the storm raged outside, we noticed something strange. One of the walls in the hallway sounded hollow, like it wasn't real. With trembling hands, we pushed the panel, and it opened. Behind it was a narrow staircase, spiraling downward into pitch black. Candles in hand, we descended. The air grew colder, heavier, and at the bottom, there was a room. But not just any ordinary room, it was a chamber. The walls lined with carvings, old symbols, and bones. That's when I realized this wasn't just a house, it was a tomb. As soon as we entered, the whispers grew violent, no longer soft, no longer gentle. They were screams, cries of agony. Faces seemed to move in with candlelight etched into the walls. The bones, some were tiny, as if they were from children. Lisa fell to her knees, sobbing. And then her candle blew out. I lit mine quickly. And what I saw made my blood freeze. A shadow, tall, twisted, standing behind Lisa. And it whispered her name. I grabbed her hand, pulled her up the stairs, and slammed the hidden door shut. But the whisper followed. It was inside our heads now, inside the walls, inside us. We should have left, but the storm had flooded the roads. We were trapped inside that house. That night, we stayed in one corner of the sala, clutching each other, waiting for the dawn impatiently. But dawn never came. Instead, the house came alive. The walls bled shadows. Hands reached out of the cracks. The floor groaned beneath us. And then, Lisa, she started whispering too. Not in fear, but in response. As if the house was speaking through her. I shook her, screamed her name, but her eyes, they were empty. She was gone. My friend was gone. The house had taken her. I ran. I don't remember how, but somehow I broke the door. The storm had subsided. The air, heavy and still. I never looked back. But sometimes, in the dead of the night, I still hear her voice. Lisa, whispering from the walls of my own room, telling me to come back, telling me the house isn't finished with me yet. And so I ask you, you that is listening now, if a house ever whispers your name, will you listen or will you run? Because not everyone escapes from the whispers.